during the course of the NPL season, Matt, is take the lead and hold the lead in games. And during that winning streak, scoring first and scoring early really was a specialty of this team.
Look, scoring early and scoring first, both of those certainly are going to help you in your journey to win football games. And last week, it was a great example. Jamie Reid scoring early and South Melbourne holding on for the 1-0 victory. They've got a great strike force up front. I'm sure Griff would be more than aware of players like Jamie Reid and Milos Luic. They're great strikers and natural finishers. So if they can get the ball forward early, and at the back, we talked about one thing bigger than James. I can tell you now, any Premier League coach would love to have players with that ability.
Ball goes out for a goal kick, and it's going to be MetroStars ball. 9.5 minutes gone. The photo of the goal was quite spectacular. The goal itself looked pretty good, but the still photo of him with the overhead kick really sort of thing seeing go around promoting this new initiative for us Victorians, at least. We weren't part of it last year, the NPL playoffs. During the course of the NPL season, Matt is centre lead for MetroStars at the moment in games. Going to make an effort to come up and press, but keep the ball reasonably clear of this team. Now, long ball. Tunbridge was in an offside position. Solania reads it better and apologise for your windiness. Absolutely blowing a gale, as you can see there. Ball runs away from on the left, but Musa puts it past his own keeper after the cross from Fabian Barbiero, and MetroStars lead in the 11th minute 1-0.
And Chris Taylor not too happy with Tim Muller there. I think he's indicating he could have closed that player down a lot of time to whip that ball in, and with a win like this, Griff as a keeper, you don't want crosses coming to the box.
No, you don't. I was just going to make a comment about South Melbourne. Just a bit lackadaisy. Obviously, Muller there just missing a ball there that he should have cleared. And I've got a question in that circumstances, too far off his line, and the ball sort of went a little bit over him. I'm sure if he sat a little bit deeper, he would have collected that.
An own goal for James Musa in the 11th minute, and the visitors MetroStars lead. And right now, they Sydney to take on Bonnyrigg finals.
Got a comment on the cross there, I thought, Sarah. It's a magnificent cross. It dipped and it was progressing extremely fast, and it's made it very difficult.
Sorry, Sean, I've got to interrupt you because Tunbridge is unleashing a long shot, and that one bends wide and out for a goal kick.
It was one of those crosses that makes it very hard for the defender. You know, you're in two minds whether you want to head the ball clear or, you know, let the keeper come out, but, you know, you basically go for it most of the time, and unfortunately it's completely gone past Maynard into the back of the net. But, I mean, let's be honest, in the first 10 minutes, it's not a surprise. It's MetroStars who've been comfortable and have been on top. So South Melbourne a bit of work to do to get back into this one.
I've got to say, they've been the better team to this point of the game, and South Melbourne still trying to settle into the match. I think we had a predicted top of 28 today, even though it is windy. That could be a factor for both teams as well at the end of a long season, who still has juice in the legs. South Melbourne behind. Rare situation for them through the course of the season, as we were discussing earlier. Theodore passing wide to Reid on the right. He's in a 1-on-2 and has his ankles tapped as he goes round. And that was the foul from Van Dommel. So it's going to be a free kick in a dangerous position for South Melbourne. And once again, they can aim at a number of those tall targets in the penalty area.
Well, it certainly can, but a bit of a pointless free kick there from MetroStars. They were 2v1, and I think a bit more communication would have certainly helped their situation there. But it looks like Brad Norton's come across with the left foot to take this free kick and win swing up.
So Norton, you'd fancy he'll try and put this on someone's head rather than a direct shot. But in the swirly conditions, anything's possible. 2 in the wall for MetroStars. South Melbourne look for an instant equaliser here. It's Norton. Left foot, and it bends through the penalty area. It can't meet anybody's, and it swings out for a goal kick. So that one, in a sense, goes to waste, even though it did look very threatening off the boot.
Yeah, it certainly did. Again, I'll shoot over to Griff. Griff, these sort of free kicks in those areas just outside the box, mate, if they're swinging into you as a goalkeeper, they're always nerve-wracking, but when they're moving away from goal like that one, it's not even on target. He's got to do better there, Brad.
Yeah, sure does. Of course, you just don't want to get the balls out to wide areas as a defender. You know, even trying goalkeeping, you want to try and press their wingers. And again, any delivery on a day like today is going to be very, very threatening.
So ball at right back with Marler, hits it high into the attacking half. Underneath it, Lujic nods it down. Theodore advancing, well defended there by Grelly to come over and put his foot out and in a 50-50 win the ball. Policina now hitting it back for MetroStars. It's blocked initially though, trying to clear it out of their defensive half. Now into the centre of the park. trying to keep things moving. D'Aloisio, and slide challenge comes through from Eager, and a bit of a spectacular fall there from the MetroStars player. It's going to be a free kick in the centre of the park, and there actually has been a few scrappy little fouls to start proceedings off here. Sean Moran and MetroStars want to take this one quickly, but they're going to have to come back and take it again.
Yeah, I think the first one you were referring to was Iggy Duarte's foul earlier on in the game, but Michael Eager there, not a challenge you'd see very often in the NPL. He's very seldom makes those sorts of challenges, and I think that just goes to show you know, how much MetroStars have got into South Melbourne's faces here and have really rattled them, and credit to Ivan Karlovic and his side on what's been a very promising start.
Stephen Grelly over the free kick, floating it to the top of the area, headed down. Here's a chance. Mitras trying to turn, and it's hooked away off his boot by the backtracking Tim Marler. Clears it out for a corner, so another opportunity for MetroStars here. And again, they will take their time to set things up. They now lead. 15 minutes gone in this first half on FFV Radio and streaming on the web. Go to footballfedvic.com.au. This is the PlayStation 4 National Premier League's semi-final. Grelly seems to be on set-piece duty in all situations at the moment. He's over this corner kick. Have the wind blowing into his face. Hits it in. Header flashes through the penalty area. It wasn't on target, and it's cleared off the back post. Out to Grelly again. Turns it onto his left boot. Hits a volley. Shouts for handball against Marler. Not heated. Solania backtracking now into the area initially. Blocked down. The boot of Barbiero. He goes again, but he's caught in possession by Norton, who comes through and takes the ball away. Now Epifano going on a dash down the left side. Backtracking MetroStars defenders in a 2-on-1. Physical challenge coming in, and Epifano is bowled over. It's a free kick wide on the left.
Well done by Nick Epifano there, out on the left-hand side. South Melbourne take a quick free kick.
They certainly do. Turning it back to Theodore. Wheels onto his right, cross into the area. Lukic tees it up. Here's an opportunity. Reed going for the ball and coming out of his line. Helped by Godley in the end.
Yeah, Melbourne looking to get target men there. Milos Lukic and Jamie Reid, and MetroStars were very, very deep. Milos obviously receiving the ball in the 6-yard box, so they don't want to come and sit too deep against players like Milos Lukic, and Jamie Reid will certainly punish you if you do.
Chris Taylor has actually retreated back to the bench at this stage. We normally see him standing as far out as the technical area will allow. Ivan Karlovic still standing on the sideline for MetroStars, and they've actually got their entire bench warming up at the moment. South Melbourne's all seated. MetroStars in possession. D'Aloisio out to the right, and now Mitras going for a little bit of a run, cutting in onto his left. Long shot, and it hits the woodwork. Here's the follow-up. Solanya's offside, and even though the ball's in the net, Solania had the flag up before he even took the shot on goal. But what a spectacular attempt from distance there, Griffin McMaster.
Was, again, and I've got to look at Maynard's positioning in that particular circumstance. It's just a fraction too far off his line. It's gone over his head. And Solania probably a little bit unlucky there, just a fraction offside. We don't have the best view from where we're standing, but of course the linesman has the bird's eye. And again, MetroStars, how positive have they been right out from the blocks? They're really playing a very good game plan.
So close to 2-0. Matt McNamara, South Melbourne really need to lock down on MetroStars. They're being run here, and the South is taking the game to them. No thoughts of sitting back on a 1-0 lead.
Nah, they're in all sorts, South Melbourne, at times defensively. Obviously going forward, we know they can score, and on paper...
Here's Giamatti bursting through. Lujic now teeing it up. Epifano. This is all happening 10 metres from the top of the area. The defence has got back in time to guard against it. Norton out to the Epifano again. Cross is deflected. Solania will clear the lines for MetroStars. Eager wants to keep the pressure on. Brings it down on the volley inside the centre circle. South Melbourne retain the ball. Musa playing it out to Marler. Back to Eager. And now South Melbourne will build slowly. So an action-packed opening 18 minutes here with MetroStars leading South Melbourne 1-0 in the PS4 NPL semi-final. Ball in defence now with Menakella playing it out to the right. It's back to Robertson. He hits it down the line. Seeing MetroStars here build on the ball. Through pass looking for Mitras has been intercepted by Musa. His header through the penalty area that went in for the own goal. It separates the two teams as it currently stands. Theodore caught in possession. Again, another physical challenge coming in, and it's going to be South Melbourne ball with the throw-in on the left.
And I think South Melbourne defensively need to start pressing a little bit more, because they're letting MetroStars have the ball, especially in the wide areas. And like we talked about with these conditions today, we can't. South Melbourne can't allow MetroStars to start whipping balls in or isolating players out there. So I think they need to start pressing a little bit more. MetroStars certainly pressing themselves.
Ball bouncing into the area, and Epifano making a run very deep, able to there Godley.
See from that challenge just on Matty Theodore there. So Metro certainly looking to press and try and win the ball as fast as they can. South Melbourne seemingly as they turn the ball over again, letting Metro have a little bit too much of the ball for my liking.
And now foul in the centre of the park. So the home fans agitated Sean Moran. It's quite evident here that they're not going to get the thrashing that'll bring them here to Lakeside next week. It's all about winning at any cost at the moment.
Yeah, it was that poor pass from Ty, which I think really let the crowd down there, and his frustration actually led to the free kick for MetroStars. So they've really got to get it together here. We've seen throughout this NPL season, Teo, this season we have South Melbourne go behind and have to chase games. So this will be a bit of a new test for them to see if they can actually turn things around after going down.
I think I have to admit, the only game I saw South Melbourne lose in person on a broadcast all season was the 3-0 defeat to Oakley Cannons. Missed the game that they lost to Green Gully later on in the year, but losses have been few and far between for South Melbourne. And of course I can't forget the 2-0 defeat against Melbourne Knights in the Doherty Cup, which of course cost South Melbourne the chance to go to the FFA Cup. Melbourne Knights advancing at their expense. Ball down the right, away from Lujic, well defended initially by MetroStars, and they will retain possession. Grelly coming back to Dommel, back to Grelly in the centre of the park to Van Dommel. So MetroStars have certainly got the passing game going here, and Van Dommel at three-quarter pace moves it down the left into Mitras at the top of the penalty area, knocked off his feet by Musa, and the flag was up in any case, so it would have been offside. Around the grounds, it is 15 minutes gone in the Westfield W League, and it is still Melbourne victory 0, Canberra United 0.
Good parochial support here, the Clarendon corner. South Melbourne, of course, they produce week in, week out of their home games, and they're in full voice. It's a pretty good atmosphere here at Lakeside Stadium.
So ball in the centre of the park with Tyson Holmes. Now playing it out to the right. Marla into the attacking half. It's cleared away. Now brought down. MetroStars. Mitras. 1-on-2. Fouled again. And it's this occasion who has infringed. Just want to apologise to our viewers. I've had to go new link for the Vision stream. We understand it is all working now, so we do apologise for the delay in getting the pictures to you. But welcome to Lakeside Stadium to everyone watching. It's great to have your company. Teo Pellizzeri, my name, Matt McNamara. We also have Griffin McMaster and Sean Moran bringing you today's action. Ball into touch, out on the left for a throw.
Got the 3 M's, Teo. McNamara, Moran and McMaster. And why is Teo's Pellizzeri with a P?
Well, we'll see what we can do about it. Give it a while. Throw in down the right, and it's going to be MetroStars ball initially, but Eager heads it away into a 50-50. Physical stuff in the centre of the park. Theodore comes away with the ball. Little 1-2. Theodore wide on the right, and he's had his heels clipped there by Van Dommel. He wants to play on quickly, and it's been blocked away by Policina. So they retreat to right back, South Melbourne. Marla swings it. Top of the area, headed away from Reed. And now MetroStars coming away with the ball. Wide on the right. Pass back inboard. Grelly with a little 1-2. Then they pinpoint across. Long ball looking for Mitras. Eager leaves it. Maynard holds. And we haven't had word on what exactly is affecting Jason Saldaris, but it's not like Chris Maynard has actually started too many games during the course of the season. Sean Moran with Saldaris consigned to the bench today.
Yeah, it's a very strange one. Even when South Melbourne virtually had the title wrapped up, I think Saldaris was still in goal, and he was the goalkeeper, for most of the season. He was quite strong and consistent. So it is a strange one. We can only assume it might be a late niggle that has kept him out. But yeah, all in all, a very, very strange one.
Epifano to Musa. Out to the left. And now flicked on. Reed looking for the run. Can't find the man though. MetroStars coming away through D'Aloisio. Wide on the right. Mitras in an offside position. I think the assistant referee went to lift the flag, but Mitras couldn't make his ground to the ball. couldn't quite time the run there, so South Melbourne coming away with possession. Theodore showing a tendency to drop deep to come and help out at the moment. 24 minutes gone, and it is South Melbourne 0, MetroStars 1.
Chris Taylor will be looking for Marty to get back into this game. On a number of occasions, some long balls put over the top by Norton, so we can see one just now, and Muller on the left and right flanks respectively that have ended as it has now, just very, very easy for MetroStars to deal with. So they might have to be a little bit more creative and rely on their creative midfielders that they do have to try and unlock this pretty sturdy MetroStars defence.
Grelly playing it to Tunbridge, who is coming back from an offside position. So it is going to be South Melbourne ball. Theodore quickly to Holmes. It's in a battle here, and the foul's given away by Barbiero. His cross into the area, which of course was headed in by James for an own goal in the 11th minute, and that's what separates the two teams at the moment. Bonnyrigg White Eagles waiting in the final, which at this stage with this scoreline would be played in Sydney. And of course, every yellow card or even red card affects negatively the prospects of either of these two teams possibly making up the points difference to be able to overhaul Bonnyrigg. It'd have to be 5 or 6-1 from here for either team to go on and host the final. Poor turnover in the centre of the park. Here's Tunbridge coming away with the ball. It's 2-on-2. Flick through. The flag stays down. Played back. Here's Tunbridge to double the advantage, and it's a good save by Maynard. Follow up by Policina. He tried to volley it. It's hit away. Solana is dangerous. Ball taken off his feet by Marler. Well defended at the top of the area. And MetroStars there, they've had some golden opportunities, not just having taken the lead, but perhaps their two best chances of the game haven't ended up in the back of the net. And once again, South Melbourne survive.
They do, and we've got to credit Chris Maynard there for being very composed in that situation, made himself big, didn't panic, and of course he's made a very, very important save to help keep his team in the match. And the MetroStars, well, I've got to say, it's pretty much been one-way traffic. They've been superb this first half, and another really golden chance gone becking.
So now, ball on the right, free kick for MetroStars, and Matt, from 2-0 down, South Melbourne would have a very long way back. It really seems as though they're holding on here and just trying to absorb MetroStars' best.
Yeah, MetroStars really coming at them, but I think South Melbourne at times just little mistakes and getting caught there as Mitch took the ball in.
Here comes the free kick away by the South Melbourne defence. Jawadi is first to the ball. Doesn't hit it to a teammate though, and MetroStars retaining possession. D'Aloisio and Robertson playing it out to the right. Here's Mitras, turn defence, trying to play it through here for the run. It's been knocked away from Barbiero. Left back, Epifano playing it to Jawadi. Theodore in the centre, turning into trouble, gets out of it, and now, and it's going to be a South Melbourne free kick. Holmes there, knocked over. So, in fact, Reed knocked over, apologies. And so it's going to be Melbourne free kick right on the left, just inside their attacking half. Good crowd is starting to build up here at Lakeside Stadium. I would suggest at least 2,500 people. Those of you watching on the Vision stream can make your own guesses. Here comes the set piece for South Melbourne. Drifted high. Looking at the pitch. It's comfortably headed away from him. And MetroStars clear their lines. Tunbridge brings the ball down. He's got Mitras breaking down the right. Instead, he's going to play it to Grelly. And that pass is poor into touch, out for a throw. South Melbourne bringing it back in. Jawadi looking for Lujic. Flag is up, and I think Lujic suspected he was offside the moment he broke there.
Yeah, just trying to beat the offside trap, but going a little bit too early to Miloš Lujic, and like you said, he did pull up quickly. I think he knew he was offside. MetroStars certainly started the better here in South Melbourne. Just can't get into a rhythm. Their team seems to be losing the ball very, very quickly, which is unlike them. Their team likes to keep the ball a lot.
In the centre of the park, through pass, bouncing into the path of Reed. Wide on the right, he's got to chase it out towards the flag. Hits the byline, trying to get past Van Dommel, who did very well to win the ball. And now, played out to Solana. He turns, hits it down the line. Tunbridge, back to goal. Eager comes through. Bustling through, charging past Policina there to win the ball. And now Jawadi. South Melbourne trying to step up the aggression and the intensity. Marler. Jawadi. Playing it to Holmes in the central position. MetroStars back in numbers to defend. Jawadi. Piero found him, but the referee waves advantage. Marler to Reed, and it's into Melbourne ball. And Tim Marler, designated long throw player. You wouldn't call him a long throw specialist. Adam Van Dommel, wearing the captain's armband, is getting a talking to here by Jonathan Barrero, the referee. No cards as yet. And so Marler looks as though he is loading up to hurl it into the area, and does. Floating on the wind, ball to the top of the box. MetroStars clear comfortably enough. Coming deep to get the ball. Now MetroStars retaining possession. Centre of defence.
Look at the space he's got there, Teo.
Plenty of room for MetroStars to keep it moving. And now, Jawadi gives away another cheap foul. There's been quite a few today. Just play, you'd have to say, from both teams, but South Melbourne perhaps offending more than MetroStars. All the swing and Dommel. Just waiting for a run. And now he goes around Lujic. Pops it inboard. Good play from Policina. Back to Barbiero. And now he's swinging it over to the right. Little flick header on. South Melbourne under the pump at the moment, but Marler comes away with possession. Headed down. Jawadi. Game's just hit a bit of a lull, guys. The ball's not going out of bounds, but it doesn't seem like either team are really probing deep into the defence of either side.
No, we haven't seen Daniel Godley caught into action at all yet, Teo, and that would be quite concerning for the home side. 30 minutes in, you'd expect at least the home side with the breeze at their back to at least trouble or at least test the goalkeeper, but it's had very little to do, and, you know, some worrying signs. You know, 30 minutes in now, you've really got to lift their game very quickly here to get back into this game.
Now, here's a chance. Epifano playing it to Lujic. Being very closely marked. Flicks it on. Holmes. Run into... was there. It's been cleared away.
Just touching on that shot, I actually think the wind's going the other way. I think MetroStars have got the wind behind them, and whilst it's no Fremantle Doctor, Teo, but it is certainly a strong wind.
Yeah.
It's a factor that you don't see too often in A-League or higher level professionalism, because the stadiums just aren't so open here, but with Albert Park Lake right behind one of the sets of goals, to the left of screen if you're watching it, or to the right of our commentary position, that's where the wind is coming from. Here's Epifano, wide on the left, cuts onto his right to lose the man, swings it. Reed was arriving, it's batted away by Godley. Here's Holmes, turning onto his left, now a shooting chance, and it's fired over the bar. And that was Norton sending it out onto the running track, and that one was well high and wide of the target.
Better movement there from South Melbourne, and Epifano again. Looks like he's going to be the danger player going forward. Norton couldn't quite get that one on target, but it's a good confidence booster for them. Of course, in the second half, they're going to have to try and come out and really improve on their game plan and what has gone on in the first half.
This is FFV Media coverage of the PlayStation 4 National Premier League semi-final, and after 32 minutes, it's MetroStars 1, leading South Melbourne 0. Overhead kick in the centre of the park. Musa comes away with the ball, though. South Melbourne fans, the Clarendon corner, starting to find their voice. Jawadi. Ball is cleared, and it's going to be MetroStars going down the right. Flag was up there against Tunbridge. And it's going to be a throw-in, in fact. I thought it might have been the offside flag, but no. It's going to be South Melbourne ball regardless. Musa to Theodore. He's playing it out to Marler on the right. South Melbourne allowed to keep possession in their defensive half at the moment. MetroStars have certainly fallen back into a 4-1-4-1 as it currently stands, and passes like that will make it easy for them to defend, and the ball runs down to Godley, the keeper.
The Adelaide goalkeeper deciding to go long straight the path of Muller.
Marler, header into the attacking half for South Melbourne. Reed battling for possession, but Grelly prevails. Back to Van Dommel. Eager heads it away. Now Jawadi. Holmes, ball's nicked off his feet. Van Dommel volleys it straight back to Holmes. He's trying to play through Lujic, but all happened a little bit quickly. And Grelly and D'Aloisio coming away with the ball for MetroStars. Ball down the right. Mitras caught in possession, and Looks a little bit hurt here as he's been knocked over. Could this be the first card of the game? It won't be. No booking for Norton, and it's going to be ball with MetroStars on the right.
Yeah, the fouls racking up here for South Melbourne. They're probably 6 or 7 fouls now, way too many for their liking. And yeah, just going on earlier, I think Luich, if that ball had been put through correctly there by Holmes, would have seen probably 1-1 there. I think Luich was in a very good position to put that through. So a bit of an escape there for MetroStars.
Yeah, I was just going to mention about Holmes. It's one of the things South Melbourne, their go forward hasn't quite worked out. If Holmes's passes have been a bit more crisper, that's one thing that would have definitely helped the home side.
So free kick wide on the right for MetroStars. They're going to play it short. Barbiero. Wide down the right. Mitras didn't need the trainer. Plays it back. Barbiero again. Trying to get round his man and does. Gets by Jawadi. Now swinging it into the area. Headed away by Eager. It's going to sit up. Marler's got to come out. Leap to head it away. 1 on 2. And didn't really leave Norton with much chance of retaining possession for his team. Grelly comes away with the ball for MetroStars. Plays it to Robertson. And that was an ambitious pass into a 50-50 situation. South Melbourne will come away with the ball. Theodore. Jawadi. Back to Theodore. Now Lujic. Back to goal. Leaving Reed. Crowd starting to rise with this opportunity, and then frustration again. Hands thrown up in front of us as that pass from Reed is straight to the MetroStars defence. They're coming away with the ball. Policina tries a 1-2. Jawadi, busy, wins the ball back. We've now crossed 35 minutes. 10 plus stoppage until half-time. Eager plays the pass. And here's Reed for Lujic. 1-1! South Melbourne level! What a stunning cross, and Milos Lujic, the finisher of this South Melbourne team, the golden boot of the Victorian NPL, has brought South Melbourne level. We'll put the goal down in the 36th minute. It's South Melbourne, MetroStars 1.
Well, what a fantastic delivery by Reed. They were criticising him no longer than 30 seconds ago because he coughed up possession when South Melbourne had a great attack, and he's ripped in an absolute beautiful pass into Milos Lujic. Right place, right time, header on target. And South Melbourne, they're back in this game. It's 1-1.
Matt McNamara, a little bit of a goal out of nothing there. The game had seemed to hit a bit of a lull, and that is a sensational header from Milos Lujic to finish a good build. Here's Reed.
Players like Milos Lujic and Jamie Reed, they create things out of nothing, Teo. So no surprise there. Jamie Reed, like Griff said, what a fantastic left-footed delivery. Lujic, true striker, attacks the ball, and keeper no chance from 6 yards out there.
So 36th minute the goal, Milos Lujic. And there's been a foul here, and it's going to be MetroStars ball.
You talk about the importance of goals, Teo. It was at the end of a period where South Melbourne really wasn't offering anything, and the frustration here was mounting. So, a really great way to release the pressure. And we're just talking about Reed and Lujic and how dangerous they are up front. And we've seen that throughout the season. Their link-up play's been superb, and what a fantastic ball there by Reed. Not only was it on target, but it dipped perfectly, and you can't leave Milos Lujic to get in behind like that. And a really, really needed goal there for South Melbourne to get back in this and take the momentum back.
It certainly was needed, but I think if I'm Ivan Karlovic, the MetroStars coach, I think he'd be really disappointed if he goes into half-time at 1-1, because they could have really been 2 or 3 goals up, and from his point of view, I really hope that those missed chances don't go down to really ruin him, because they really have dominated the first half, and that is South Melbourne's first chance on target. Keep it calling direction the first time, and they're back to 1-1.
To South's credit, though, in the last 5 minutes, I think they've started to actually get back into this game. It was, we saw before, that move there from Holmes, and he was moving forward, and we finally saw South start to break with a little bit of momentum going forward. But finally, that required ball to really break the camel's back was there, and South Melbourne have been able to capitalise.
Headed down at the top of the area. Musa gets it away. Now Holmes through the centre of the park. And off on a little run here is Epifano, playing it out to the left. A slight challenge, takes it away from the goal scorer Lujic. It's going to be MetroStars through Grelly, who come away. Ball wide to the right, Barbiero lays it back in forward, poor pass. And now Theodore. South Melbourne committing some numbers forward here. What can Theodore do? Chip through, Lujic watches the ball bounce into his path. He can't pull the trigger on a shot. Ball at the top of the box. Holmes lays it off. Theodore deflected. Lujic, and it's a penalty. Lujic was ragged in the area. MetroStars are furious, but they're going to the spot, South Melbourne. And the referee, plenty of players coming in to protest the case here. But Milos Lujic, only moments after scoring the equaliser, has now been legged, and it's a South Melbourne penalty to take a 2-1 lead.
A few of the MetroStars players pretty unhappy here with referee Johnny and also Milos, which I couldn't tell, but I'll tell you what, it looked very minimal contact.
From our position, Griff, it didn't look like the most vicious of challenges, but the referee, our vision stream viewers are watching it from the other side of the ground, so it may have been plain as day to them.
Yeah, well, also the protests from the MetroStars players, it didn't look too big, too apparent, so maybe there was a bit of obviousness. But anyway, South Melbourne, they step up to possibly take the lead.
They certainly do. What a great chance to go back into the lead, a position they've known so well in the Victorian NPL. Here we go. And the penalty is missed. Reid has skied it over the bar. Unbelievable. It never really looked likely. And Jamie Reid, in the 41st minute, has missed a penalty.
I think he might have tried to chip that. I don't know what he tried to do. I think he might have tried to dink it, but I don't know. What do you think?
It's on a day like today, when you know it's blowing a gale, you just want to place it low. That's pretty much the obvious thinking. I can't believe Reid's gone for a bit of height. Haven't saying the keeper did dive the correct way as well, but geez, what a massive opportunity.
Wow, missed penalty in the 41st minute. And discounting penalty shootouts, guys, that is the first play penalty in something like 41 or 42 broadcast games we've done this season that has actually been missed. I'm stunned. South Melbourne have missed the opportunity to take the lead, and MetroStars, well, they were furious about the penalty being paid, and they may feel as though that's a little bit of football justice here, and the game remains level, and South Melbourne now will have to carry that little mental burden of having missed a spot kick with them at least until perhaps they score again. Sooner rather than later, given the way the game is going. Here's Jawadi in the centre circle. He's going on a run around Tunbridge, now trying to produce the killer pass through about 3 or 4 players. MetroStars win back the ball, and here's Solania breaking into the attacking half. Mitras is there with him. Great little chip pass. Solania, top of the box. And Marler came over and did enough to knock the ball away. Solania retains possession, tries to cross. It's blocked the first time. And now he's dispossessed by a slight challenge, and the referee is reaching for the pocket straight away here. And I think Tim Marler is going to go into the book as the first player to be booked. So, yellow card, and that, of course, hurts South Melbourne's cause to host next week because you get -point on the finals system. So, Bonnie Rigg, I think they'll be sitting back field. So, regardless of what happens from this point on, they'll be hosting next weekend. But they still don't know who they'll be playing, and Tim Marler goes into the book.
That one happened right in front of the assistant referee there, and he didn't flag. So, I think Timmy Marler's not too impressed with the referee decision, but a bit hard to see from here, but great opportunity for MetroStars. 3 minutes for the break. Perry Mitchell's left peg. Swirling wind. It's going to be a big challenge here for South.
So first yellow card for either team in this match. And of course we're referring to the hosting rights. Of course you get points for goals scored or winning within the 90 minutes, and you get negative points for yellow and red cards. And Bonnie Rigg started today on 25. South Melbourne started on 5. MetroStars started on just 2. So it certainly does look like the winner will be heading to Sydney next weekend. Here's Mitras. Plenty of players to aim for in the area, and he skies that one. It doesn't come down in time, and it goes out for a goal kick.
Well, the first half, we look at MetroStars are absolutely out of the blocks and explosive there, and in the last 15, 20 minutes, we've just seen an ultimate reversal. We've seen South Melbourne come right over the top, and they could be in front, but obviously they're not, as Maynard tries to take a goal kick, but he tried to play it out at feet, but didn't quite make the 18 yards, so...
Sorry, Griff, to interrupt. Around the grounds, Melbourne Victory have won a penalty in the Westfield W League, and Lauren Barnes has scored. So Melbourne Victory 1 leads Canberra United 0. And don't forget, next Monday the 6th of October, FFV Radio will be in Sydney for the match between Sydney FC and Melbourne Victory in the Westfield W League. Make sure you keep an eye on the footballfedvic.com.au website for details of that broadcast. Marler at right back. Drifting it down the line. Headed away by Van Dommel. And now Grelly playing a pass, and Musa using his strength, just extended an arm, and very unhappy Perimetris. He's copying a fair bit from the Clarendon corner here, the South Melbourne fans. I think they've picked out a few that they need to boo in the second half here. They know that MetroStars have come to play, and the home ground advantage may well prove invaluable here, although the wind is causing havoc for both sides. It's certainly settled down a bit based on what it was like at the start of the game, but if you look at the corner flags, they are still absolutely firm at the moment. Musa at the centre of defence. Just 40 seconds left before we get into first half stoppage time, and we do have a fourth official today, guys. We normally don't have them in the Victorian NPL, so we'll know how much stoppage there is to end this one. Kicked out by Godley. It's drifting wide to the left and headed into touch. And so the fourth official will come up now and tell us how long to go here at the end of this first half, with the score currently 1-1 between South Melbourne and MetroStars. Van Dommel brings it back in. 2 minutes to go. Headed down. Tunbridge chasing, but eager clearing. Solania spinning on the ball. To Grelly. Chips it wide. Barbiero is there. Good touch to bring it down. Marler is guarding him. Barbiero turning. Just inside the area at the moment, and has his pocket picked. Jawadi coming through from the blind side. Takes the ball away and launches a counter-attack. Epifano.
5v4 here, South.
Cutting in board Epifano. Now Jawadi keeps it moving. Holmes playing it through, looking for Epifano. It's at the penalty spot, and a desperate lunge. And Robertson did enough to get it away for MetroStars in the end. Epifano very nearly finishing a move that he was integral in. And now a foul in the centre of the park, and it's going to be a MetroStars ball. We've played 1 of the 2 minutes of stoppage time at the end of this first half.
Look, South Melbourne have really come back into this. In the last 15-20 minutes, they've certainly come back in. And I think they've found the domination through the middle four they've got. So playing a 4-4-2 against the 4-3-3. Tyson Holmes certainly getting a lot more on the ball in that number 10 type role. So I think the 4 in the middle against the 3 that MetroStars have got is causing a few problems for the Adelaide-based team. And it'll be interesting to see how we go in the second half.
It certainly will. Ball has gone out for a goal kick. So just 40 seconds of stoppage time to go at the end of this very entertaining first half, and we really don't know which way this one's going to go. MetroStars with a number of great chances, and South Melbourne missing a penalty. It looks as though they're going to go in with the scores level. Just a reminder of the benches for both teams. Dimi Ciaris, Dion Kirk, South Australian, Sean Timmins and Lee Monopolis for South Melbourne of the outfielders, and we've got Stephen Carley, Andrew Chung, Lawrence Diarigo and Andrew Orfanu still potentially to play a role for MetroStars today. And at 20 years, you feel as though they might be needed as the game goes on. We are level at half-time in the PlayStation 4 NPL semi-final. It is South Melbourne 1, MetroStars 1. A 11th minute own goal for James during the course of the NPL season, Matt, is take the lead. Radio, and my name is Teo Pellizzeri, joined by Heidelberg United goalkeeper and former A-League professional Griffin McMaster, and also Sean Moran. Matt McNamara, assistant coach of Hume City, is with us as well. Wasting no time, straight back on to the ground and ready for kickoff here. MetroStars will have a quick scan of the field to see if they've made any substitutions at half-time, but that whistle gets us underway. Thank you for joining us, whether it's via the FFV radio on TuneIn or via YouTube. Right now, ball is wide on the right. Reed crossing it into the area. South Melbourne just 14 seconds into the second half, winning a corner. And there were two players waiting there at the back post, but it's been headed away from Lujic and Epifano and out for a corner kick.
Yeah, how positive was it? Right out of the blocks, Chris Taylor, he would have probably given him a bit of a stern talking to. The things they have to do right in order to win the.
So here's Epifano. South Melbourne going to the wind-assisted end in this second half. That one is cleared off the near post, though. And Mitras, who had been the main attacking outlet for MetroStars throughout the course of the first half, is dispossessed, and South Melbourne will win back the ball. Here's Jawadi floating it into the area. It bounces and is easily held by the goalkeeper, Godley. Well, he'll hold it eventually. He's decided to leave it at his feet for now.
I heard Jawadi went on trial about 4 or 5 weeks ago to Newcastle. Don't know the reports or how it ended up, but sounds like it's still good things for South Melbourne to get players, promoted to A-League clubs to get trials.
And casting a glance around the pitch, it looks as though South Melbourne has not made any substitutions at half-time, nor have MetroStars. We have a fourth official today, so we'd expect that they would be announced if they do make them. Of course, in the Victorian NPL, we don't normally have a fourth official, so we are thrilled this afternoon to have one on hand. Referee today is Johnny Barriero. Ball at right back. Tim Marler for South Melbourne. Looking to build. And they seem to have come out with a bit of attacking intent, but that pass is poor into touch and out for a throw.
Yeah, and it's exactly what Chris Taylor would have wanted and would have told the team at half-time. They're the home side. They've got to assert themselves on the game and really show MetroStars who is boss here, and something they lacked.
Through pass, and here's a chance now. Norton with a 1-2, crossing it to the penalty spot. Attempted an overhead kick from Lujic, and that one will run through the penalty area and out for, didn't take a deflection, out for a goal kick. And second week in a row, South Melbourne going for the spectacular. It worked last week down in Tasmania with Jamie Reed scoring the overhead kick against South Hobart.
Yeah, it's been a great couple of minutes, and as I was saying previously, it was that first sort of half an hour in the first half where it was MetroStars who really really got on top of South Melbourne and really showed them that they were here to play. And I think the opposite needs to manifest in this half from South, and they've really got to take the game by the scruff of the neck. And in the first 3 minutes, they've managed to do that. So some promising signs early in this second half.
Foul in the centre of the park, South Melbourne's way. One of the characteristics of the first half were there were niggly fouls, just a bit of antagonisation between both teams, nothing spilling over into outright aggression, but again, foul. It seems as though both teams, whether it's been through clumsiness or just a willingness to want to break up play, have to foul throughout the course of the match.
Yeah, dangerous position again. South Melbourne free kick, about 35 yards out on the angle. And yeah, Brad Norton, I'm sure, will be looking to whip this one to the far post. Milos Luij, of course, will be a #1 target in that area.
Of course, Bonnie Rigg waiting in the final, and it is highly likely, unless one side or the other breaks away and scores 4 or 5 goals here in the second half, that the game is going to be in Sydney next weekend. Right now, South Melbourne want to be the team going there. Floated in by Norton and volleyed into the bar. Musa so close to making amends for his first half own goal, and now Epifano lashes that one high over the bar and onto the running track, and Musa crashing the ball into the woodwork.
Musa, right foot, of course, we all know he's a left footer, and a golden opportunity again, hit the crossbar. And really, South Melbourne, they're starting to get a big ascendancy on this match.
49 minutes gone, and South Melbourne, the game has been on their terms at the start of this second half after MetroStars dictated long stages of the first. Ball now is going to run into touch for a throw. South Melbourne ball. Brought back in by Norton to Holmes. He's under pressure and ends up giving away possession. So MetroStars now will leave it for Menakella. He throws it back in. Barbiero floating it into the area. No one able to make a run. And Maynard, who has put on the cap for the start of this second half, he's looking into the setting sun. And it's going to be hurled out to Marla, driving it into the attacking half. Looking for Reid. Pass has been intercepted by Van Dommel. Now passing to Solania, who was a real live wire for MetroStars in that first half. Switching flanks, Menakella. Looking for options down the right. Ball pass. Gives possession. Straight to Norton. Jawadi. Looking for Norton again. Overhits the pass into touch. And South Melbourne at the moment, 5 minutes gone in the second half, will feel as though that they've stifled some of that control that MetroStars had on the contest, and a bit of balance has been restored to the game.
Yeah, very much so to the game, but in regards to the second half, they've been completely on top here, and it took about 30 minutes for them to get one shot on goal and to get really mount any goal-mouth pressure, and they've done that within a matter of minutes here in this second half. They're winning free kicks.
Well, this one's been taken quickly. Here's Epifano running at the defence. Hits the byline, and Menakella puts it out for a corner. So South Melbourne well and truly on top, and Nick Epifano again running the show.
I think the difference in this second half is we've seen South try and play their game. They've really attacked in numbers going forward, and they haven't relied on a long ball over the top to really try and test the defence. They've really gone at them in this second half, and they've looked quite confident, and that's putting them on the back foot, which is great for the Victorian team.
Here comes the corner. Epifano swinging it in, headed away at the near post. Mitras underneath it. Can he keep it in? He can't. Out for a throw. South Melbourne trying to keep it moving. Norton throws it to Epifano. Loses his footing. Into touch. Astounding scoreline from around the grounds, guys. Lisa Devanna has just scored for the Melbourne Victory. They lead Canberra United 3-0 in Canberra.
Yeah, that's a big surprise, isn't it, with after such a good start.
And I think the latest I saw in the pre-season A-League practice match between Melbourne Victory and Sydney FC and Tassie was that game was 1-1. As is this one right here. Holmes trying to charge through, top of the area, then charges down to clearance, shouts for handball, not heated, but the ball has gone out, and it will be a MetroStars ball to be thrown back in. A little bit stagnant here for MetroStars. Almost like they've left their head half-time rooms here. Griff?
Stars have been really, haven't they? They look like they can't even get out of their own half, so they really have to try and stay composed. They can't afford to sit too far back. Jawadi and Tyson, obviously, really, really dangerous when they have the ball at their feet. And it looks like South Melbourne at the corner.
So, more chances here for South Melbourne. And the weight of these set pieces will tell eventually. Too many tall targets in there, whether it's Musa, Iga or Lujic. They will put one of them in the net if MetroStars keep offering them up.
Yeah, they will, and it's the onus is on MetroStars to really weather this period and try and remain unscathed. If they can get through this little period, they're back, they're still in the game.
Driven free kick to the back post, looking for Iga, ball to the top of the box. now, as the wind really picks up, it's Theodore playing it to Marla. And Marla is now looking to Eager. High ball into the area, and it's held comfortably on that occasion by the goalkeeper. Roll down, MetroStars looking to build.
Well, the equation's twofold, isn't it? So, you know, if you're going to mount that sort of pressure and really get on top of the game, you want to make those chances count. And they've gone 10 minutes, South Melbourne, with being completely on up.
Through ball, and flag is up, offside.
It's a 10-minute period where they've been completely dominant and on top of the game, but, you know, they haven't made that count on the scoreboard. And obviously Musa with unfortunate there at the back post, and, you know, we can't forget Jamie Reed's blast over the bar in that first period. So, you know, promising signs from South after the interval, but, you know, they've got to make these chances count, and, you know, they don't want to be hit on the counter-attack later on, and really don't want to rue those missed chances that they've had so far.
Ball in the centre of the park. And MetroStars. Mitras under pressure from Jawadi. Plays it back. Menakella down the line. That one will float out, and it's a throw in for South. Both teams with 5 on the bench. They can use 3. And at the moment, they're all currently seated. So no activity just yet. 54 minutes ticked by. Maybe as we get closer to the hour mark, we'll see a bit more activity. MetroStars hurling it back in. Jawadi clears his lines, just punting it forward. Lujic in a 50-50, and Van Dommel will come away with the ball. Physical stuff from D'Aloisio. Now Van Dommel floating it wide. Mitras makes the pass work. Edge of the area, turning onto his left, crossing it in, and that one caught the wind and sails behind for a goal kick.
Mitras there making a good run wide out on the right-hand side, and obviously putting it back onto his left. And again, just his delivery has failed a couple of times today, and they can't afford that. They really have to have some quality service into that, in those danger areas in the 6-yard box. Otherwise, their attack is not going to go anywhere.
Ball on the right. Holmes passing back inboard. Eager. And now Musa hits a long ball. Opportunity now in the centre of the park. Headed on by Solana. And now Mitras trying to slide through. Tunbridge, flag stays down. Great chance, Tunbridge! 2-1 MetroStars! Wow, who would have thought South Melbourne, after such a great start to the second half, have been hit by Tunbridge, and the former South player has come back to Lakeside and put his team in front. Griff, unbelievable.
What a great strike. He really middled it beautifully, but question marks again. They're going to be raised over Maynard. Near post, good height. He can't afford to be out of position in that area, and we've got to credit the strike. It was a super hit. But MetroStars, can we say, guys, a deserved lead 2-1 or a little bit lucky?
Probably slightly on the break there as well, just a bit of a lucky ball, and then Tunbridge with a great hit. But you're right, Griff, Maynard really probably could have done a lot better. But MetroStars 2-1. There's just over half an hour to go. It's going to be interesting to see how South respond.
So Jawadi now passing to Musa. South Melbourne, after doing all the hard work to get level, they missed the penalty at 1-1. Had all the great chances at the start of the second half, or at least a lot of possession, and now they find themselves behind.
This place has been stunned, Teo.
Yeah, it's a stunned silence at the moment.
A lot of people it was a little bit celebratory type of atmosphere here the last 20 minutes or so, seeing how well South Melbourne are playing. But, geez, you can hear a pin drop now, Teo.
You certainly can. And real pressure on South Melbourne. And that was an offside call, I believe, coming back from an offside position. So, Barbiero taking it for MetroStars. Now Menakella. Wide to the right. Mitras. Attempted across, has been blocked away by Norton. Jawadi. And he is trying to turn. Wide on the left. Keeps it moving. Does well. Lujic. Passing back. Theodore. Wide down the left. Here goes Jawadi. Right foot. Shouts for handball. Not heeded by the referee. South have been to the penalty spot once already in this game, but they won't get a... Now, volley, back to Eager. ticking towards the hour mark, and it looks as though there's some activity on the South Melbourne bench. Change not far away. Maybe the super sub, Lee Menopoulos, will be coming into the game later. Has a great reputation for coming off the bench and scoring goals for the South Melbourne team.
There, Teo, putting his shin pads on and getting a tape on, so you could see him very shortly.
Now, here's Marla. Theodore. South Melbourne being allowed to keep the ball, but they're not really venturing forward at the moment. Musa floating it to the top of the area, headed down for South Melbourne. MetroStars have the number. Grelly will clear. Plays it out, and that one's gone into touch.
Well, Karlovic, coach for MetroStars, we've got to credit him for the game plan that they've come out in the second half. They've really got numbers behind the ball, and then they've aimed to counter. And we know that's not the most exciting brand of football, but, well, look, they're in front 2-1 at the moment. You can see again now they're getting numbers behind the ball.
Ball wide on the right. South Melbourne behind. Lakeside silence. There's probably 3,000 fans here, and they've really been put in a position where there's some nerves, genuine nerves. The wind you can hear howling through our microphones here. It's going from the left of your computer screen to the right, and as we look at it, from the right to the left of our commentary position. Here's Theodore, wide on the right. Trying to float it across. It's been blocked out. Solana doing the work. It's gone into touch for a throw.
Yeah, it seems like they've come out quite differently, MetroStars, in this half. They're really allowing South Melbourne a lot of time on the ball, in contrast to the first period where it was them who had a lot of possession, and that's inviting South Melbourne forward. And this,
Lujic crossing over the head of Reed.
despite their 4-5-1 formation, when they go defensive, MetroStars, you know, it's still allowing South Melbourne a lot of time on the ball, and that's going to keep the door ajar for South Melbourne, and that's something that will encourage them to continue to go forward. And you know, if they don't shut the door on one occasion, it just takes one of them for South Melbourne to get back into this game.
Ball wide on the left. Jawadi cross deflected out for a corner. South Melbourne. They've had a number of corners in this half, and they're still looking for a way back in.
Just touching on what Sean said there, Teo, with that 4-5-1 formation, it's really important that your number 9 or your striker up front does really work hard, and Tunbridge is that sort of player, so it really does suit them. As we see Norton about to whip the ball in.
So here comes the corner. It's an outswinger, top of the area, diving header into the mixer. Eager is there, trying to turn it in on goal, and it's been blocked away by a bank of yellow shirts. South Melbourne keeping the ball in their attacking half, but it's gone into touch, out for another throw.
Looks like a substitution, Teo. Chris Taylor not quite happy with things. It looks like, I believe, Jamie Reed walking off.
So, double sub.
I'm wrong. Nick Epifano comes off.
Epifano goes off for Menopoulos, and Timmins will come on, and it looks like Tyson Holmes is making way. So, thoughts on what that might do here to the game, Matt McNamara, as South Melbourne ring the changes?
Well, I think Chris isn't very happy. There's 30 minutes to go, and they've certainly got to do something to influence the game. So, like I said, they've made a couple of changes. Sean Timmins coming on. It'll provide a little bit more drive going forward. And I think Nick Epifano, I'm surprised he's come off. He's certainly had a reasonable game. He looks dangerous when he goes forward, so a little bit surprising. But Lee Menopoulos, we know he can score. We've seen it all year. He is a super sub, so let's see what he can do today.
So Menopoulos has got South Melbourne out of many a bind, and of course, it was his double against Port Melbourne in just round 3 of the season, or round 2. We were there for it, and that was really the start of something special for him this season. Switching from Werribee City, who themselves only narrowly avoided relegation from the top division of the Victorian NPL. He took the South Melbourne team by storm. Can he do it now to MetroStars? Here's Timmins, his first involvement in the game, riding a challenge and doing well. Playing it to Lujic. He's being very closely guarded there, and Lee Richardson has really worn him very closely at times throughout the course of this match and done quite well. Theodore breaking, and no advantage. And that will draw the ire of the crowd. South Melbourne getting a free kick, still in a rather favourable position though. And your thoughts, Griff, on Lee Menopoulos as an opponent, of course, being a goalkeeper in the State League. You would have faced him on a couple of occasions.
Yeah, look, very good player, isn't he? Attacking on both feet, good finisher, makes runs in dangerous areas. So he's definitely very, very competitive in the NPL. And the South Melbourne fans getting a little bit frustrated.
62 minutes gone. Here's the free kick. Norton floating it to the top of the area. Musa, flick header on. 2 MetroStars players at the fall of the ball to clear it though. And now Marla underneath it. Header into the attacking half. South Melbourne retaining possession. Norton to Timmins. Timmins advancing. Caught in possession. Well played by Mitras. That should be a foul. He had a handful of jersey and does. It's been paid. Around the grounds, Canberra have got one back. 3-1, Laurie Lindsay scoring. Melbourne victory still with a 2-goal buffer.
Just with that free kick there, Teo, it's about 30, 35 yards out on the left-hand side, and with a swirling wind like today, from a coaching point of view, and Griff, I'm going to get your opinion as a goalkeeper, I'd much rather in-swinging ball there with the conditions as they are today. As a keeper, I'm sure that you'd rather much the outswinger. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, you definitely want balls coming in, don't you? So it's a lot more dangerous, of course. You've seen like Di Maria, of course, against QPR, in-swinging ball that everyone misses, and then it ends up going into the far post. So that's the type of delivery from that area you want.
Timmins has made a busy start since coming on, and Theodore has arguably had as many touches of the ball as anyone out on the ground, but a lot of them far too deep to really start to put pressure on this MetroStars defence. They lead 2-1. Goals to Tunbridge and an own goal from Musa, putting them in the lead. Here's Monopolis, edge of the area, driving it in, and Lujic was surrounded by MetroStars defenders, and the ball is comfortably cleared. This is FFV radio coverage and also live on YouTube, thanks to Creative. Footballfedvic.com.au. Long throw into the area. Initial header is away, D'Aloisio, and now Grelly just kicks for territory. Bit of an up and under though. Eager, trying to keep it in the attacking half. And now he's been bowled over. Ball is wide on the left. Marla comes over, wins possession back, drifting it to the top of the box. Lujic is there, physical challenge, and the referee is actively waving for him to get up. Won't appreciate that. The Golden Boot winner in the Victorian NPL. And now Timmins leaves the foot in, yellow straight out of the pocket. The second booking of the game, of course the only other player in the book, Tim Marla.
Yeah, MetroStars will be looking to do this. They're looking to waste time, go down, frustrate the opposition, and that's pretty much the best way that South Melbourne are going to stop their fluency in their playing and going forward. So, look, again, it's not the most positive of tactics, but to be honest, they can work sometimes. So, again, the MetroStars, not going to be pretty football from them, I presume, the 2-1 lead.
Yeah, that's what we've seen in the first 20 minutes. It's quite the opposite of what we saw in the first half, and begs the question what Karlovic had to say and how he thinks this game's going to progress, but very different state of affairs.
Here's a run from deep. Van Dommel crossing it into the area. It's taken a deflection and gone behind for a MetroStars corner, and 3-1 would leave South Melbourne really in a big hole. Don't forget, if we finish level, extra time and penalties if required. But if MetroStars can take a 3-1 lead, maybe, dare I suggest this, their thoughts may turn to winning 5 or 6-1 and hosting the NPL finals next week. That seems a long way away. Let's not put the cart before the horse.
I think they'll be happy with a 2-1 win here, Teo.
I think they will be. But Bonnie Rick White Eagles at the moment will be hosting the PlayStation 4 NPL Grand Final in Sydney with the score as it currently stands. Here it comes. Mitras in swing, a near post, and it's flicked away, and we're waiting on the referee. Goal kick. I think it came off the back of one of the players in the area there, and it's out for a goal kick. 66 minutes down.
Yeah, that was a good delivery, but to no avail. And Maynard, he's going the other side here, and out from the back.
So Musa at the centre of the defence. Wide to the right. Jawadi. Pass is deflected.
It almost looks as if when MetroStars don't have the ball, they almost have a defensive midfielder drop in and almost fit in there as probably a holding midfielder, just to, I guess, reinforce that defensive line. And
poor stand and there, and very nearly getting into trouble. I think there's been a handball paid, or was it for the two-footed lunge to go and win the ball back? Either way, South Melbourne have got themselves a little bit of a gift here. And this is just about on the limit of shooting range, you would say, a central right position. And a chance now for South Melbourne, again, to perhaps with the wind at their backs, create a bit of havoc here.
Yeah, that's just the reward for putting some pressure on. As I said, the delivery and the distribution should have been quite easy there, and he spent too much time on the ball, and he's allowed the pressure to be put on him, and as a result, he's committed the foul. And South Melbourne with a good opportunity here. They're going to get a lot of numbers into the area to really test this MetroStars defence.
Norton to take. A number of South Melbourne players forward. Drifting it in, and it's headed away initially. Ball kept in the area by Musa. And now he's going to cross it And going up, Godley holding it under pressure there from Reed. And he goes to ground and makes sure he holds on to the ball. 67.5 minutes now ticked by, and it's still MetroStars 2, South Melbourne 1.
Yeah, you think the longer the game goes on, it's going to be really important for those set pieces to be actually capitalised on there for South. As I said earlier, MetroStars getting a lot of men behind the ball in an attempt to try and...
Good crossfield pass. Here's Mitras, and the flag was up. And Ivan Karlovic and his bench standing right there within whispering distance of the assistant referee. Hopefully they're not offering too much encouragement or discouragement.
Yeah, they're really locking South Melbourne in at the moment, and you know, as the half goes on, and South Melbourne have to throw, you know, obviously more men forward to try and get the equaliser up at the back. So plays a lot of importance on South Melbourne to make, you know, such an opportunity like this, these sort of set pieces counter, at least get the ball on target and put Godley under pressure.
Another foul and another set piece opportunity for South Melbourne, and strategic fouling has been a characteristic of the game throughout the course of the afternoon, and really now it's MetroStars' turn to keep interrupting play and stop South Melbourne from getting a literal run on here. And now wide on the right, looks as though Norton might be pulling rank here again for another left foot in-swinging free kick. You called for the in-swinger earlier, Matt McNamara. This is perhaps the ideal situation. Here's Norton over the ball. High, drifting it in. Timmins the target, headed away through the area, and it's rope. 69 minutes now gone. Time slowly becoming the enemy as well of South Melbourne. MetroStars with 1 foot in next week's decider. Tame ball into the area. Left for Godley to come over and take the ball. Interesting, we've now gone 70 minutes and we're yet to see a change on the MetroStars bench. Matt, your recollections of the South Australian NPL Grand Final, what did MetroStars actually do against Croydon as the game slipped away from them, and did they actually turn to the bench?
Well, they were chasing the game at that stage, so it was a little bit different. Here they're obviously in front, so I think it's a case of if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So as South Melbourne look to push forward.
And now down the right, here's a chance. Deflected cross, and Menopoulos making a nuisance of himself, winning another corner. And again, this will suit Norton, but I think Menopoulos has got a decent left foot. I think he's waving Norton off here, and what's going to happen? It will be Menopoulos to take. Right-footed, it seems, as well. South Melbourne find an equaliser. In it comes, headed away off the near post. Ball goes very high up in the air, and charging out Solana, clearing his lines. Marler is there. Sorry, Matt, you were saying about the grand final in South Australia.
Yeah, so the MetroStars really were having to chase that game after they went down 2-1. So this situation, being up 2-1, things are a little bit different. They look a little bit happier now to really sit back and play on a counter. And Karlovic hasn't gone to the bench yet, and you know, they're keeping some fresh legs. We have to bear in mind that today also, if it does end 2-2, it does go to extra time, so there could be another 30 minutes that is added on today. So maybe it's in the back of his mind as well.
Early taste of summer here in Melbourne as well. We were heading for a top of 28 because it's been so windy. It has perhaps masked that to an extent out on the field. All currently in the middle of the park and being won by Theodore. Reed turning his man. Ball takes a kind deflection. Here's a shooting chance, and it's not well hit by Luch. He just didn't get much of the ball, and it's run kindly into the hands of Godley.
Yeah, good chance there by Luch, obviously going the outside of the foot, no power behind it, a bit disappointing, but again, they can't panic, they just got to keep trying South Melbourne and things will come.
Jawadi to Timmins. South Melbourne, it's not quite wave after wave of attack, but it feels like MetroStars at least are now on the back foot and resigned to counter-attacking. Musa clears. Headed away. Theodore looking for Timmins. Again denied. Just a reminder of who's on the bench. Stefan Carley, Andrew Charla, Lawrence Diarigo and Andrew Orfanu, along with Julian Carley, the goalkeeper for MetroStars. And they are all seated. They're not even warming up at this stage. South Melbourne have used 2 subs. They've still got Dimi Ciaras, who's a defender, and Dion Kirk, who's either a right back or a right mid. And funnily enough, a South Australian himself, who, like a number of players, came over to play in the Victorian NPL. We saw Andrew Lecornu and Jordan O'Doherty as well all make their way over the border to come and play in the Victorian League this season. And you've got to say that all 3 of them were fairly well researched and targeted recruits, man.
Yeah, definitely. They've certainly made an impact. I think there's another one from Northcote, if my memory serves me right. A young boy.
Yeah, Wooding, Liam Wooding.
Yeah, so he's certainly made an impact in recent times as well. So some of these South Australian players looking to move over to Melbourne and certainly make an impact in our league here. There's also at Hume, we also have one ourselves, so Aaron Turner, who featured in all 26 games this year for us.
Deflected pass at the moment. Well, given the talent drain from South Australia to Victoria, this would be a significant blow for MetroStars if they can win this one today. Let's not forget that we're going to have Victoria versus South Australia again in the Westfield FFA Cup later on next month, because it's going to be Bentley Greens hosting Adelaide City for a spot in the semi-finals, and the winner will get back-to-back games on Fox Sports, of course, which is great exposure for them. We've got an injury here at the moment, though. MetroStars player down. Didn't catch the number as he went to the deck, fellas, but it looks as though this is going to end up being a bit of a mini drinks break here for anyone who's in need. And it's really the first time today we've seen the trainer called for any incident out there on the field.
It is, and I think this favours, well, it could favour either team, really. I mean, it just depends on how teams react after these breaks. It's always good to get some hydration in and really try and get yourself prepared for these last 15 minutes. But on the topic of Milos Luic, we mentioned before, we haven't seen him really get into the game at all, apart from his goal, of course. He's been someone who MetroStars have really nullified and got on top of today, and full credit must go to MetroStars for that. He really hasn't had a sniff, and they'll have to rely on him to really get in the game in the next 15 minutes.
We've got a sub here. Joseph Policina is coming off, and Lawrence Diarigo is coming on. And around the grounds, I can tell you that Gemma Simon has scored, and it's Melbourne victory 4, Canberra United 1 after 71 minutes. That is quite a scoreline. And don't forget, next Monday, October the 6th, FFV Radio will be in Sydney for the Westfield W League match between Sydney FC and Melbourne Victory. It's not on TV, so make sure you tune in. Ball running down to the keeper. Treatment has been completed on the bench, and well, had one sub now. Diarigo coming on, Policina coming off. See what they can do for MetroStars as they perhaps now starting to consider that they'll be in full shutdown mode, trying to hold on to the game rather than venturing out looking for a third. You see the players walking into the tunnel on the outer side of the ground. That's the South Melbourne women's team making their way in. The counterparts of the men's side, they're up next actually. So it's going to be a nervous finish for the entire South Melbourne community, though. Again, a hush falls over the stadium. 75 minutes gone, 15 plus stoppage to go. Can South Melbourne at least get an equaliser and buy themselves an extra half an hour? Or will it be MetroStars advancing to the PS4 NPL Grand Final? Musa in the centre. Exchange of headers. Solania prevails. Now passing it to Menakella. His feet ever so briefly, but now plays it wide to Tunbridge, who scored the go-ahead goal. Back to Grelly. MetroStars. This has been their first extended passage on the ball in a little while. Barbiero. Back to Solania. Wheeling onto his left. Now a through pass. Coming out of his line. Maynard makes. Rolls it out to Marla. Back to Maynard. Now to Musa. Eager. And now Marla, wide on the right. Monopolis turning on the ball. Looking to spark things up. Wind at South Melbourne's back, well and truly. Monopolis again, running at two defenders. A little bit of trickery, and now clumsy, gives away a foul. Well done by Van Dommel there, winning the foul, and it will be MetroStars ball inside the penalty area.
To their credit, Teo, it's this defensive structure and compactness which is, I think, really brought on that foul. I mean, he's done his best there, Monopolis, to get into the area and cause some problems, but he's got two men to deal with there, and he's had to commit the foul to try and get the ball in the process. So again, it's MetroStars who look the much sturdier when having to defend.
Volleyed into the attacking half. Monopolis can't keep possession of the ball. 50-50 in the air. Timmins. Now, bit of a physical challenge flying in. Thought that may have drawn a stop, but South Melbourne come away with the ball, so the referee will let them play. Norton wide on the left. High, floating cross. Lujic underneath it, and well defended by Van Dommel. And MetroStars will come away with the ball. They've got answers for everything from South Melbourne at the moment. The one goal in the 36th minute, and Jamie Reid's missed penalty in the 41st minute. How costly could that prove Certainly, now that they're trailing 2-1, South Melbourne ruining that opportunity. Monopolis. Theodore on the overlap. Here's Marla crossing it into the box, running through the penalty area, and went behind Lujic, and with 4 back in the defensive penalty area, MetroStars able to win the ball. Solana hits it high. Eager and Tunbridge doing a bit of wrestling well off the plate. I don't think either of them really had a shot at running down that pass. Referee let it go. Eager. Wide to the left, headed away by Menakella, only as far as Timmins. Charging to the top of the box, lays it off. Jawadi, cross to the back post. Lujic climbing, and Richardson escaping with the ball. Hits the left sideline and passes back inboard. Yeah,
a bit of a lull we've hit in this match. The last 15, 20 minutes or so, South Melbourne's attack hasn't been as fluent, and of course they're going to have to really throw everything at MetroStars if they're to try and get an equaliser.
Time the enemy, 12 plus stoppage to go. Theodore in possession. MetroStars looking resolute for now. Jawadi. Back to Theodore. Right-footed cross into the area. Lujic making a contest, and the ball is headed away. I think it was a foul on the keeper regardless.
I think he might have handballed that.
Lujic gets a yellow card, so that's 3 South Melbourne players in the book now. And I didn't see an arm raised, Matt, but was it an elbow or an arm, or what was he trying to do there?
Well, referee Johnny Barry quick to pull out the yellow card, and I've got a feeling he might have gone for the hand of God approach and try to flick that ball in with his arm. So, bit of unsportsmanlike behaviour. Lujic sees him enter the referee's notebook.
Well, not every game is filmed, but all South Melbourne games certainly are, and this one's going live. So if he went for the hand of God, there'd be plenty of cameras on it, Matt McNamara. I actually see one of the FFV GoPros is positioned strategically behind the goals as well. So he would have been very cunning, as Maradona, I think that's the word Maradona used, cunning, would have been very got away with it. Into touch for a throw. Ball boys under pressure to throw it back ASAP as well. 10 plus stoppage to go now. And it comes from Norton. Header away. Barbiero. Grelly. Pass intercepted by Musa. Marla. Timmins. Back to Marla. Now to Eager at the centre of defence. Norton. And that is an ambitious pass to say the least. Into touch. Menakella with the throw. MetroStars still have 2 subs available if they want them, and their bench now is at least stretching over on the sidelines. Maybe some tired legs might get replaced if they do go into full-on shutdown mode. Solana still full of running. And played it to Tunbridge, who must have thought he was offside, let the ball run. Of course, Sean, you've got to be careful. You and I were at the Doherty Cup game between the Bentley Greens and Melbourne Knights, where Melbourne Knights made 2 subs late in stoppage time trying to defend, and then conceded in the 95th minute and had to play all of extra time without any recognised attacking midfielders. They more or less had a back 6, and some of them just had to be thrown into midfield to plug some gaps.
Yeah, and we also saw in that game the relegation battle in the NPL, Vic, between Port Melbourne and Werribee only a few weeks ago, how that game went to, I think it was 96 minutes, Teo, when Port Melbourne scored the goal they needed to avoid.
Musa driving it, and it bends. And that was a dangerous shot, but I think it actually did go well wide of the target, at least from our angle, but worth a hit, and Griffin McMaster, Godley has seen it wide without getting a touch on it out for a corner.
Yeah, good power and what have you, but very speculative effort from that particular section of the park. Would have preferred to have seen him, with the delivery in, but anyway, it's out for a goal kick.
Now, here's Norton. Feels as though the game is existing entirely in South Melbourne's half at the moment, and that's perhaps what they'll want. I think we recall some of the games they've chased this year when they've been behind. They haven't actually been overly convincing trying to get back in the game at times. So MetroStars, if they've done their homework, might know what to do. Here's a slight challenge. Musa going in on Mitras. It's a foul. Pretty clear cut, that one. I think the ball was long gone. And James Musa, if anything, might be lucky to avoid becoming the 4th South Melbourne player in the book here. He's walked off very quickly. And MetroStars now in the 83rd minute with a free kick. If they score here, you'd think that would well and truly be that. Pressure is very much on South Melbourne to defend this set piece, because they're not going to commit too many numbers forward.
certainly plays into their hands these small fouls. It's going to take a good 30 or 40 seconds. The referee's going to step out a wall. I think South Melbourne can afford to waste that sort of time right now. There's only 7 minutes to go, plus any additional stoppage time, and those little fouls need to be gone.
Grelly over the free kick. He's been taking all the free kicks and corners throughout the course of the game. 3 in the wall. And you hear the crowd getting frustrated that he's milking it for all it's worth. Here it comes. Grelly through the wall and taken on the half volley by Maynard. It was straight at him, but worth the wait. He can certainly hit a dead ball, and Maynard had to be accountable there. Rolls it out. Eager. 83 minutes ticked by. Timmins. Wide to the left. Norton. Back to Timmins. Crossfield pass. Eager. Ball now to Monopolis. Used the chest. Brought it into his control initially. Jawadi to Norton. Now Monopolis again. Eager, pressing forward. Flicked on. Nice move here. Theodore! Puts it over the bar! Well, it was a gorgeous move from South Melbourne. Some of their best stuff for the day. And the shot just over the target from Matthew Theodore.
Great move. Fantastic move from Matt Theodore, the instrumator in that particular attack. Just unfortunate, just whistling over the bar. Normally, a player that can finish from that area, you'd probably put money on him to score from there. But a bit unfortunate, but you've got to think, if you're the MetroStars goalkeeper, there's going to be at least 2 or 3 attacks going to come at you, 2 or 3 dangerous attacks. So he's going to be switched on.
They've definitely got to start rolling the dice now, South Melbourne. They've got to commit a few more players forward, and it was good to see Matt Theodore there push on and really get in beyond the back 4 of MetroStars, but he's finished just going over the bar.
And now offside, player coming back from being beyond the defensive line. So it's going to be MetroStars ball and more chance to wind time off the clock. 84.5 minutes down. Ronnie Rick White Eagles waiting in Sydney in the final. Chance for the South Australian NPL revival to really go to another level. Don't forget they've got Adelaide City taking on Bentley Greens in the FFA Cup quarterfinals as well. Now ball down the left, cleared into touch. D'Aloisio putting it into the stands, but the ball boys are quick to get it back into play to Musa. Jawadi swings it to the top of the box. It was behind Lujic. Cleared away. And now Eager has to go chasing back into his defensive half. Timmins. To Marla. Looks as though Moose has been pushed into midfield with Timmins going to the centre of defence. South Melbourne chasing the game. Norton. Back to Timmins. Floats it wide. And it's comfortably headed away by Van Dommel. Theodore running onto it. White on the right, under a bit of pressure. Plays it back. Musa. Now Timmins in traffic. Top of the area. Timmins crossing it. Here's a running behind Lujic again. Seems like a lot of the passes have been behind him as he advances into the box and waiting at the back post. Jamie Reid, the ball wasn't arriving in time. Cleared away. MetroStars defence holding on. Overhead kick attempted again by Reid, and this one slews off the boot and goes through the area out for a goal kick.
The move previous, what about Timmins? What a great delivery that was. The ball just whistling across the face of the goal. Unfortunate South Melbourne player couldn't get on the end of it. It's going to be a nerve-wracking finish to this one, boys. I'm predicting, actually I can see South Melbourne scoring a late equaliser here. Don't know about you boys.
Well, it's starting to become a tougher and tougher task. We've had our eyes on the clock more or less since MetroStars scored, and all of a sudden it's now ticked up almost to 87 minutes.
It's going to be very difficult for South Melbourne every time they have the ball. MetroStars getting 10 or 11 men behind it and making it extremely difficult and really restricting South, having to put in sort of, I guess, some long balls in from the flanks that haven't really troubled the defence at all. And I think it's going to take maybe a moment of brilliance or something different from South Melbourne to try and really break open this MetroStars team.
And now the time-wasting tactics continue to aggravate, but the referee comes in and breaks it up. Scott Tunbridge just being a nuisance, really. Here's Eager driving it down the left. Reid chasing after it. And the defender slips. D'Aloisio Shouts for handball, not paid. Crowd will go for anything at this point in time. Even a free kick wide on the left. Jawadi. Reed making another run. Jawadi on the ball. Can he pick a target? He wants to go back to Musa. Now to Iga. Iga rides the challenge from Solania. Wide to Marla, drifting it. Reed's header into the 6-yard box. Lujic again raised the arm, and they're flagging.
Is that a second yellow?
The referee, the assistant referee is flagging. And Milos Lujic taking a big risk there, because I think that one looked a fair bit more obvious than the first.
Yeah, one of the MetroStars defenders is saying the same thing, Griff, sort of appealing that for the second yellow card, but Barrero, the referee...
Deliberate handball's a yellow card.
Well, he is having a chat to someone there. I'm not sure if it's in response to Lujic or the actual claim, so we'll see what transpires here.
Substitution coming up. The go-ahead goal scorer, Scott Tunbridge, coming out of the game. And it's going to be Andrew Charla coming on. And Tunbridge, good former professional, now semi-professional, went and positioned himself as far away from the sidelines as possible before that sub was called for, so he could wander off the entire width of the pitch. He's out of the game. At this stage, it's going to be the match winner. And we've ticked over into the 89th minute now, so all eyes will turn to the assistant referee and the fourth official for how long there will be to go in this match. MetroStars, 2-1 in front. Here's the goal kick from Godley. And it's going to be allowed to bounce, and Norton will go and chase it down. So we're into the last minute of regulation. South Melbourne still chasing an equaliser, trying to buy themselves an extra 30 minutes of time. High ball, allowed to bounce. Here's a volley, Theodore, and bending well out for a goal kick. And that was the height of ambition.
Well, don't know how many minutes of injury time, but I wouldn't think we'd have 3. I think we'd have more than that. There's been plenty of stoppage.
Find out now, gents.
Lots of time wasting as well. It's a stay of execution for South Melbourne, but how long do they have to try and find an equaliser? Here's the goal kick. Again into the attacking half. Charla left as a lone hand up there, but he's not even going to bother pressing on this occasion because South Melbourne have already got the ball back. Iga to Marla. Back to Iga. Now Jawadi. 3 minutes. That is a surprise. Feels like there's been more, and now a very poor touch from Norton. Sees the ball run into touch for a throw. MetroStars must feel as though they are on the verge of progressing. Bonnie Rig White Eagles waiting in the final. It'll be New South Wales versus South Australia as things stand. Ball played back to Maynard. 30 seconds of stoppage down already. Timmins. Marla. High into the attacking half. South Melbourne have just got to throw everything forward now. Musa with a cross. Tempting. Headed away from Lujic. And he's trying for the volley. And he couldn't get any purchase on the ball. Godley's there, diving on. And now he'll run back to the top of the box. 1 minute down, 2 to go. High into for MetroStars.
One more attack.
Norton hits it high. Sets a task for Lujic. Headed away by the MetroStars defence. Monopolis volleys it into his control. Inside the penalty area. In traffic. Nervous Stars, but doing well Grelly to win the ball back. And now Timmins caught in possession. Charla, the fresh legs coming on. Norton. Theodore. Back to Norton. Wrestling over the ball. Timmins doing well. He's got Musa wide. Musa driving it. Now following it up into the area. A volley! A chance! Monopolis! And sends it over the bar. Well, it's the sort of end-of-match scramble that you expect in this sort of desperate situation. And now with 1 minute to go, South Melbourne, that might have been their last chance, but they've still got 60 more seconds.
It was a great ball in by Musa, and South a little bit unlucky there. Lujic almost got the end of the header, and then Monopolis just skies his drive over the bar.
So this is it. MetroStars so close now. Charla can't make a contest against Norton. Iga just has to kick it, get it forward at all costs. Monopolis making a run. Van Dommel screening the ball well and roosts it wide into touch. South Melbourne throw. And Marla, the long throw specialist.
Everyone on the edge of their seat, Taya.
Everyone bar the goalkeeper is up. This is it. South Melbourne's last hope. Marla hurls it into the area. Initial header for MetroStars. It will bend out for a corner.
Surely Maynard's going to go as well. He's getting the signal from the bench. Off he goes.
Here he comes, Maynard. He's a big figure, a big presence. This
has got to be it, Taya.
He could be some sort of a wrecking ball here. Let's not forget, South Melbourne have plenty of tall targets. Here comes the corner. Last chance. In-swinger into the mix. Headed away. Powerfully done. Jawadi, second time ball will be crucial here. And that one is straight to Godley, who holds it in front of his eyes. The 3 minutes of stoppage is up. And there it is. MetroStars advance to the PlayStation 4 NPL Grand Final. They come to Victoria and they leave with a...
Well, it's a bit of shock. Of course, they're in Melbourne, and South Melbourne, they gave everything 100%, and it's to no avail. Well, we've got to credit MetroStars. They came in with a certain game plan, and they executed it very, very well. And of course, the big talking point will probably be the 2 goals. Of course, Maynard let slip, and a little bit at fault for both of those goals, and not a good stroke, not a good to end that on that season. But a few shocked faces around here at Lakeside Stadium, but I think they'd be very proud of what they've seen in the year 2014. And well, we've got to credit MetroStars. They've got a trip to Sydney next week.
We're going to send Sean Moran down to the sidelines to try and grab a post-match interview. Tara and Griffin McMaster, you'll stay with me here to discuss the post-game scenes. But on the ground, I am surprised just the 3 minutes of stoppage. There were really only limited chances for South Melbourne to try and get away back into the game. And we look back to the 41st minute of this contest, Jamie Reid's missed penalty. And at the time, South Melbourne really had the run of play. They were really dominating at that stage of the match, and we didn't think it would come back to bite them. It really actually felt as though there were more goals on the way, but it just goes to show you got to take those chances when they presented. That missed penalty now will certainly stand out in the final analysis.
Yeah, certainly will. Jamie Reid, golden opportunity just before the end of to convert and take the lead to go 2-1 up, but it just didn't happen for them. So, of course, there'll be an element of bad taste, and it's like, you know, going in and ordering dessert, which doesn't quite taste all right. But I mean, they'll look through the whole of the year 2014. They're still the NPL champions of Melbourne. Still made it through to the semi-finals of the PlayStation 4 Championships.
And there's an ovation here for South Melbourne as they leave. Their final competitive game of the season, and the home fans showing their appreciation. This team that won the NPL running away here in Victoria, unable to go through to the national finals, and it will be a bitter feeling here for South Melbourne because they have been such a great representative of our state, and it really feels as though they give, but you've got to give credit to MetroStars and you've got to give credit to the South Australians here for coming to Victoria and really completing the raid and being able to win seemingly against the odds.
Well, I'm glad the South Melbourne fans are applauding their players, and they're applauding the MetroStars players as they're going off. I'm glad that they're showing a lot of respect in that manner. But yeah, talking about the MetroStars, I mean, it was a very, very difficult task to come down here